Hi guys, I am JJ, also known as JJ Gaming Official, and we're here. I'm here with some of my friends for the first episode of a little podcast. Get a load of this. Going to be available on YouTube this episode, and I'm here with my good friends Jammy and Killweave to
Hello,
take us through
guys.
this.
Hello.
And basically, we are just going to be talking rubbish for however long, and hopefully entertaining you guys along the way.
I thought you were bloody Jim Jam.
You can try and give you
Ginger.
some good entertainment.
No, that's my failed music name.
Oh,
What should we do, guys? You want to get into some of the stories we've been
yeah.
looking at?
Yeah,
Or
we've got some stories we can have a look at.
All right, let's
I
do it.
particularly
Right.
like the man on a mission story.
The Man on a Mission
Do
story.
you want to start with that?
yeah, get start with that. Do you want to link it some way? Is it linked?
Yeah, I've got it here. If I
Oh, there
just
you go.
get
Here,
it up, I can share screens with you.
Fantastic.
We can have a look at it.
bloody tastic.
All right, mate.
Best Australian accent. Oh dear. All right, here we go.
Yeah, here's the article.
Oh, you stole my article. It's good. We're good.
Guy on a mission to collect shit from every Weatherspoon in the UK.
Oh, this sounded great.
That looks like a crime scene at the top with the chips. Sorry,
It
you were
really
saying.
does.
Yeah, he's just trying to go around to all the Weatherspoons in the country. He's using this collection book where he's labelled where he's got the chip from and the name of the Weatherspoon, I think.
So, what's he been saying, Dan? Oh, Jammy.
Yeah, he just wants to collect one chip from every Weatherspoons in Britain. And the guy, what's the guy's name? Boris Bennett.
Boris Bennett, classic.
It's always a Boris.
Bennett. Always a Boris. Have you noticed that?
Clearly labelled. This reminds me of like when I used to collect Match Attack playing cards when I was a kid. Like the way
Yeah,
you
I
put
used
them
to
in
do
packages.
that. Put them in a book.
Does it say why he's doing this? Oh, here we go.
I decided to do it because it would be funny to other members of the group. It gives me an excuse to travel to the UK, travel the UK to all the pubs. But... So what group is that?
The chip group. What's a good name for a chip collecting group, guys?
Uh,
He
No
said
idea.
he uses Vaseline and wax to coat the chips.
Oh,
Make them last longer.
oh my goodness. Is that why they look so like, I don't know, 2D? Some of them, they just look like they've been squashed or sat
Yeah.
on.
it feels rather exciting. Apparently, he said.
Oh, he
He's
says
getting followers on all the
he
socials.
says if I get too tired, I might pass the baton on
He
to.
said he would actually like to shake the hand of the founder of Weatherspoons, Tim Martin.
Well, I think if he carries on like that, I think he
Quite an
might
honour
be.
for him.
Yeah.
I think. Yes, that's the article.
Nice.
Yeah, it's that was an interesting one. There is another one here. Going to bring up.
Gonna delve into another one.
Yeah, let's delve
Oh,
into.
What is it, the one in Woman in Hysterics, or is it the other one?
I've linked it in the chat. It's Guinness World Records 2022. That article. So Guinness World Records 2022 honors 9-foot gaming joystick created by Dartmouth College professor.
Like,
So the professor revealed that she wanted to create this big old joystick to encourage people to play with others instead of the usual single-person gaming experience. Okay, this isn't that funny, but
yeah, it's not necessarily.
basically, it looks quite cool, guys, don't you think? It looks a bit weird, though.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. That joystick, that size.
look, I thought that was a synthesizer at one point.
It looks a bit ridiculous, but apparently it's toured around the UK, the US, and Spain.
Can you cook bacon on it?
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? But I mean, can you imagine playing with? I mean, Like, you guys have played consoles, haven't you, before?
I mean,
I know
I'm
you.
considering just swapping it to an Xbox or PSP for Rocket League if I can get it to connect on the Mac because I can't play on the
Yeah.
keyboard.
Oh yeah, yeah. They always say, don't they, that in Rocket League, y- the purists always like controller is always easiest, but
It's
I like
Oh,
playing
tempting.
I've
keyboard.
tried using the controller in Rocket League, and I had some difficulties with that. I think
Yeah,
for me, I prefer the keyboard and mouse.
yeah, same.
I just feel like I might have more control with the aiming because it's my favorite aspect of Rocket League. But I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, and
Mm,
I'm gonna see if it works or not. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not really sure if it will or not. But I'm not, unless you want to dwell on that one. That one didn't quite hit the spot. So,
No, I didn't quite.
um, see,
What's the image at the top? By the way, is it like
uh,
what are they holding? Is that just just
I
foam?
think that's supposed to be the joystick.
Hopefully,
it's
yeah.
a bit awkward. It's not anything else, is it? Let's see if we can find another one.
Fantastic.
And another article, or do you want to go into something else? Do you think?
You go into a discussion now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want to talk about the woman on TikTok to
Oh,
share hilarious footage of our 4-year-old Chihuahua Max responding to a command in Spanish and ignoring her when she talks to him in English. What about
yeah.
that?
We could glance. Let's glance over
Can
that one.
do if you want.
If you want
One
to.
more. Yeah, yeah. Why not? Why not?
All right.
So apparently, so this woman uh, adopted this dog. Only understands Spanish, and she's taken to TikTok to obviously show this off because that's what people do
Hmm.
nowadays, isn't it, guys?
Hmm.
It's all short form content on TikTok. Dog owner was left in hysterics when she realised the reason her new pup had been ignoring her was that he could only speak Spanish. He could only understand Spanish.
Oh. Does she ever throw a Spanish ball across the fence?
Yeah, that is a brilliant joke. Basically, back in our school days, and oh, Spanish bull indeed, I think it is, but it was a Chihuahua. I don't like Chihuahuas, guys. Do you? She kind of ill breed.
Personally, I like Labradors. Breed
Labradors.
dogs.
Labradors.
Yeah. What else do you like?
Are they quite big or are they small?
Oh, Labradors.
Yeah, I can't remember what they look like.
Um,
Say that. I wouldn't say they're small, or I guess I don't know.
Hmm.
um, I mean, they're kind of medium-sized dogs, and they're kind of, I suppose, known for being quite friendly.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's kind of interesting because this Chihuahua is a very clever, and Chihuahuas are not really famous for being very clever though. But apparently, this one it is might have a bit of a brain on them. But basically, yeah, he can only speak Spanish. He said so.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm sure, like, she's been having great fun with that.
Hmm. Donada, as they say in Spanish.
I mean, I struggle to speak more than one language, guys. Is this dog outdoing me?
Yes.
Did this dog have Spanish owners before? Is that why it can understand? It can respond to commands.
I I don't think it says anything about previous owners.
Maybe it's a thing
But
in Spanish where they have certain signs that
yeah, it
people.
could be.
It's a cultural sign that something about the cultural sign and where the dog was brought up makes it more familiar with people's body language or something. I don't know. Who
The
knows?
Spanish
Who knows?
Spanish has always struck me as it's it's very um it seems like it's spoken quite fast, but
Yeah,
I think that we just interpret that.
and you can't tell if someone's flipping you off or not.
Right, yeah. I mean, I've been to Spain. Spain's nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Benidorm is a big up Benidorm.
big up Benidorm, of course, of
Okay,
course.
Sticky
Quite
Vicky.
touristy.
there's a program about Benidorm.
Yeah.
Is it any good, Dan? Never seen it.
It's okay. He wasn't the biggest fan of it.
Okay. If we're done with the news, I reckon for future episodes, what we're going to do, guys, is get members of the community to ask us
Mm.
some deep questions to answer on the podcast that you might want answering. But I've got some I found here, so if you
Oh,
don't mind, I'm going to ask
Yeah,
you guys.
spooky.
Okay. Um, let's have a look. What's something people seem to misunderstand about you? Good start.
Mm.
Autistic tendencies.
Okay, thanks, Gilly. Actually, do you know what? We'll skip that one because it's quite a close question. Let's stick with the open questions so we can get a bit of discussion going.
Yeah, I'm not sure where to go with that at the moment.
So there's another one here. If you could have a billboard with anything on it, what would it be and why? So,
oh. Sorry, what
go
were
on.
you going to say?
No, I wasn't going to say anything. It's just it's a question.
Don't use Manscaped eyes. Just don't use Manscaped.
You've got something against Manscaped.
Yeah, if you don't want your balls chopped off.
Or rip future podcast sponsors. No, yeah, I've seen they've been advertising a lot, haven't they? If you want to get your package trimmed up for Christmas.
Trimmed up. Just get you a get you a small portion of Christmas trees.
Get all smooth down there. Yeah.
Get you small portions from the German forest, as they say.
Oh, right. Okay. German forest.
What are you implying?
I don't know. Germany has a lot of trees, don't they? I don't know. Is that where Christmas originated from? I can't remember.
Oh.
Well, that's a good question.
That's why I thought.
Yeah. Good question. When did Christmas originate from?
It's not a reference to Bob Marley or my. Yeah.
There's some really weird Christmas traditions, I swear, in some countries. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But Jamie, you got anything to? What would be on your billboard, mate?
Billboard.
Yeah. If you could have a free billboard, I'm guessing it's free. You didn't have to pay for it. Or maybe. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Billboards, it's normally advertising quite clean stuff, so this is your opportunity to go wild. And it might not even be advertising. You could put anything on it. Be literally anything. Or you're thinking, I think for me, I don't know. I think I just put a big picture of my face on it. In like HD extra zoomed and say, I don't know. Just no words there, no context.
Would you have any headphones on? Like, are you trying to promote? Are you trying to promote your
No.
headset?
I just want to troll people. I would. I don't shamelessly promote.
And you just have a border that has a frame on it, on the sides to illustrate your name.
Yeah, just like my head inside a picture frame.
Quite literally.
Frame inside a frame.
Yeah, frame inside a frame.
Okay, yeah, done. Have you thought about this one?
I'm not trying to think of one.
Yeah.
Maybe coffee lover.
Coffee lover.
Coffee lover. Okay. Or just the word coffee lover on it? Could it be?
Yeah, just have that. Very simple.
How much milk would you have in it?
But I like some milk.
You guys big coffee drinkers? I stick to tea.
I don't even stick. I don't stick.
I like.
You like it, James?
Yeah, latte specifically, or
a latte.
Coffee with some milk.
Apparently, if you go to Italy and ask for a latte, they'll be very angry with you. Done. They might, chop your face off.
What would they?
Apparently, they don't recognise.
Would they spell it? Would they spell it over?
No,
latte. They just give you milk.
Yeah, they just give you milk.
Yeah,
if you ask for a latte. And you're only allowed to have espressos apparently for breakfast. It's like a well, they don't enforce it. There's not policemen coming around smashing your head in if you're having an espresso, in the afternoon. They find it.
Oh my
But
goodness.
the Italians are lazy, aren't they? Siestas. No. Do they have siestas still in the middle of the day? Is that a thing?
I have no idea.
People just stop working, don't they? Or used to in the early afternoon, is it?
We could talk about that on the I don't know episode.
Maybe they ran
Yeah,
out. Maybe
sure.
they
We can come
ran out.
back.
They ran out of
Back
We'll come back
batteries,
to that.
or batteries mentally and physically. They couldn't get any more. They couldn't get any electricity going. I don't know what I'm. I don't know what I'm. What am I on about?
Okay. Next one goes. So there's another one here as well. So what makes you feel inspired or like your best self? That is such a bad question.
What makes me feel inspired is that there's still worse numbers for me to have in terms of my eyesight, so it could still be worse.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I can still live my life seeing the beauty of corruption, war, and peace.
All right, nice. I'm inspired by the fact that someone said I got 20/20 vision. So that's pretty sick. So I'm going to be even better at my FPS games. Yeah. Anything you're inspired by, Dan? Coffee?
I guess that is one thing.
What about milk? What about
Something I
milk?
like.
What about milk on the side? Is it the cherry on a coffee? Would you say
Cherry on top.
cherry on
They
top?
could say, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far. Say milk spice.
I prefer water myself because I can't get enough of it. I mean, yeah,
I'll get enough of it, eh?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me. I've just carbon all over.
Okay. As I was saying earlier, mentioning about where did Christmas originate, I still don't know that, but I have guys got some weird Christmas traditions I'm gonna
Ah,
read out. So one of them in Norway, Norwegians believe Christmas Eve coincides with the arrival of evil spirits and witches. It's certainly logical then that Norwegian householders hide all their brooms before they go to sleep.
oh,
So
So
that's a
what
bit odd,
day?
isn't it? Christmas Eve,
They
they
believe
hide
what?
all their brooms
Yeah.
because they're scared of spirits and witches.
Okay, but what would happen if they kept their brooms out?
Oh, hello.
I guess
They'd all be dead.
there'd be many more witches and wizards. Many more schools of witchcraft and wizardry in Norway.
What a load of rubbish.
Oh dear. You
Told you this shit yesterday. Get the fuck out my face before I bust it up.
That's a fascinating subject.
Mm.
People
Do you believe
be
in
more.
spirits and witches?
No.
I don't think I do. I think it's been proved, is it? Like you could say that there's, but yeah, I don't know. You can watch certain videos maybe, and
What, the low res ones, like the Bigfoot ones? It's like it's like all of are in like all these videos are in like low res quality. You can't see what's going on. It's some like 60-year-olds going, I just saw an air creature.
Do you reckon it's either the technology or the magic doing all the work that they secretly not want you to see it? Hey, how about that?
Well, so that's a curveball.
Curveball.
Yeah.
My poor cat's not going to like that. Sound of that.
A curveball.
Yeah.
Oh no, a curved ball. Well, apparently it gets worse though, guys, because in Catalonia, I think that is a region, yeah, in Spain. they have a bizarre tradition called the cagatio or defecating log.
Ah, is that where the brooms come into place? They
Uh,
just skip, skip, skip,
maybe
skip,
they
skip
skip
out,
it on the
skip out,
brooms.
skip out all the shit.
So locals in Catalonia create a character out of a log, drawing a face on it and giving it a hat. Then they spend a fortnight feeding it fruit, nuts, and sweets.
Mm.
Christmas Eve, the entire family beats the log with sticks and
Oh,
sings traditional songs that translate to "If you don't crap well, I'll beat you with a stick"
goodness
until the
gracious.
log excretes all its treats. They also decorate their nativity scenes with small pooping ceramic
Slowly
figurines.
pooping their way for Christmas.
They really like poo, don't they? What is that all
I
about?
guess, with the spider webs, the poo gets enhanced because they like to shit quite a lot, don't they? Spiders.
Yeah, I mean, oh, it's crazy.
Um,
You've got some up here, Alex, as well.
what do I? What in Russia? Or
No, some the other traditions.
I was just
What?
reading about history of
do I?
Christmas.
Sorry, what was that?
I saying Christmas Day has been holiday in the United States, for instance, since 1870.
Well, I mean, how long has the US been around? Not that long, right?
No, I
Like
mean,
200 years.
yeah, I should know this because I took history
they're like
at A level.
they're like babies compared to the rest of the world. Well, in terms of how long they've been around.
Yeah,
New Year. Oh, wait, hang on. Before we hang on, New Year, new red knickers. It is customary to wear red underwear on New Year's Eve. The small town of La Font de la Figuera has taken the tradition one step further. A New Year's Eve run with the runners wearing just red underwear. Coincidentally, the town has the highest incidence of pneumonia in the country.
so oh dear. So yeah, guess don't be in Spain in that region of Spain on New Year's Eve because oh, if you're a guy, it's great, but I don't. Do the guys have to do it as well? Is it doesn't say? It just
It
says
doesn't say. It just says it's just
okay. So
customary.
everyone does it then.
I hope they don't end up spilling their drinks too much because that color could turn ugly.
It certainly could, but I mean, you're going to be seen in that color, aren't you? Quite quickly.
You
It's
had
going to attract all the balls.
track all the red balls. They'll be leeching over the fences just to get a pint of red dickers and some beer, I suppose. Well, you had a question about traditions. What was it, James?
I
You
had a
dish.
question.
No,
Oh, go on, Don.
yeah.
I didn't have any.
Oh,
Go on, Don.
I didn't have one.
oh,
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
never mind.
No worries. Oh, here we go. I've found something interesting. Australian councils to ban cats outside unless they're
Outside.
on.
Well, are they telling us they're humans? Are they like? Is that the symbolism behind this? Are they just too good to be?
A cat's going to take over the world, guys.
Yeah.
Are we going to be
That feels
under
like
the
it.
cat?
Like, why don't they want them outside?
They have to be on a lead, apparently.
I'm concerned. On the lead?
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Can we
that.
see cats on the lead?
That'd be so weird.
But yeah, we're not used to that. I'd say.
I can imagine them just tearing it apart like within 2 seconds.
So apparently it's about protecting their wildlife and helping keep people's cats safe from cat thieves
From cat.
getting hit by cars.
Oh, I see. Well,
Um,
maybe that's something
Yeah.
to us for humans to worry about more. I think because I don't know.
let's frame a society where cats are in charge and dogs. Would you like to see? Do you think dogs are going to take over cats and become the government?
Well, if we start hearing more than just woof or meow, maybe.
They can understand they're intelligent, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe.
So,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Comes back
And then
to sign language again.
sign language. Yeah.
And body language. And, if people
Yeah,
are
I mean,
screaming hard enough.
can you imagine that? You get kicked out of your house. You have to go on the streets because now the dog owns your house and the cats get your houses. So
Now I can open the door without you, human.
yeah,
Because
suddenly it's like
the cat just wants the food. That's the only reason they come inside.
yeah,
They just need a bit of height on them, and they need bigger hands, bigger paws, just to open the door, and they'll be
yeah.
all set.
That's the thing. They need to maybe, I don't know, get some enhancements to
Get some surgery.
get some surgery. Suddenly you've got
larger.
cats walking around with big bums and lip fillers.
Six packs and
Yeah.
Able to open doors.
Yeah. Can your cats open doors?
I don't know if the paws would they be able to
Ooh.
open it, but
I once tried carrying a cat and make it open the door, but she just keeps on falling. It's too heavy.
Yeah. But I think dogs are probably smarter than cats.
Yeah, they can jump up easily and just
Yeah. I think a dog could probably own a house. You know, he might poo everywhere a bit, but yeah, he'd be able to do the dishes, eat food.
He turned the boiler with his teeth, probably. The temperature of the boiler.
Yeah, you might forget where the toilet is, though. Might have to get some cleaners in there. Oh, it's going to get quite smelly.
It's just the feces just transform into this maze.
Yeah, yes. But you can't go in there unless the dog lets you in.
And the maze is like the maze runner. It just constantly changes because the feces keep falling and lapping over each other.
Yeah.
Very grim.
I've lost you guys.
Yeah.
You've lost.
So basically, well, you will when you get in this house, mate. There's basically it's a house owned by dogs, and there's poo everywhere. So you've got to find your way
And I'll
to the
clean it
dog.
up.
Yeah. So you've got to clean it up. What if there was a fire, though? The dog, would he be able to call the fire brigade on the fight just to pick up the phone?
He could probably do the numbers, but I'm not sure if he could turn into a parrot and just say everything word by word. Everything.
I got a discussion now for you guys. Do you think we'd be better without social media?
Mostly yes, and because most people spend way too much on it, and most of it is quite pointless and pulls you down usually, in my opinion.
Yeah. What do you think?
'Cause I say a lot of people they know on social media don't actually interact with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What it's like on
true.
Facebook when you had like 400 friends and stuff. And you know, half of them you haven't met. I mean, but you know, we've got a friend that doesn't have Facebook anymore. He got rid of it. I think the only reason I haven't got rid of Facebook is because it's just useful for keeping in touch with certain people.
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Interact with people, but
I'm
I
so
don't use the Facebook anymore really.
Same like James. I'm quite reluctant on using it, and also because I don't want because it has so many cookies and stuff like that just keep tracking you like much more than other social medias. And I saw this. I think it was an image somewhere on Google where it had specific things that tracked you on, and there were like 97 things that Facebook like, and that's not even like subcategories of stuff that they would keep track you on, but it's much bigger than.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of less paranoid about this because I guess we only really became aware of this with was it Facebook that were involved in that original data scandal where they were selling data to that company or something?
I mean, I think they've had that so many times, and it's just not
Cambridge
surprising.
Analytica.
Yeah.
And that's when people became more aware of this, I think.
Yeah.
But Like personally, it's like don't care anymore. I realize most giant tech companies have most of your data anyway.
Yeah.
Like they know everything about you. So,
And I feel like the more they
but
know about you, the more likely it kind of correlates to how some apps are just so slow and take up so much of your battery, and it's
that's
just
true.
they're quite just way too huge for and slow your phone down, and like it correlates to how much they know about you, and it's just
Mm.
it's a whole big mess.
So for you guys, is there any like good points that you think
I think
about it?
I think other than that, it's nice to have to know what's happening around the world and keep in touch with your friends. That's all I can say.
It's nice, yeah, it's interesting to see like what other people are up to, for instance, at
Yeah.
times. But
Yeah. And I think that's the danger. We can vicariously live through, I suppose, other people, and that's the thing. And as other people maybe traveling and stuff, you know,
Mm.
we should be cutting that out and having those experiences ourselves. Obviously, travel is
Mm.
limited at the moment, and it's also limited by socioeconomic reasons because if you're poorer, you can't afford to travel. It's
Mm.
as simple as that. Like travel is expensive,
Yeah.
and experiences are expensive. They're not free.
Oh,
Most ones.
speaking of expensive travel, well, on top of it being expensive, where I live right now, there's so many roadworks. It's like I feel like I'm trapped in it because it's such a shithole because of all the old infrastructure of the roads, plus
Yeah.
the cycling that only 4 people use out of 67 million people, in my opinion. I mean, it's an exaggeration, but not many people use the cycling lanes, it seems. And it's all just signal virtualing at this point with how.
I'm a,
Yeah, sorry, it's a bit of a tangent, but yeah.
No,
do you
that's
think
good.
we
Yeah, go
don't
on.
need cycle lanes in certain areas at all?
So say it again.
Your opinion, you think cycle lanes aren't needed for
Mostly, yeah.
certain
I feel
areas?
like London, especially the if it's a borough that's very populated, you're not doing anyone any good there by blocking the roads and making them even narrower when there's lots of traffic and you've got already over densely populated section of
Yeah, I
London.
mean, I work in London. Obviously, before the pandemic, I used to commute every single day, and there was a lot of traffic and stuff. But I actually think if I was in charge, the whole of London would would be inner London, the city. You wouldn't be allowed to drive a car in. Simple as that. It would just be like China for me. I'd have it all bikes because, and there's one village near me, for example, where it's quite a small village, and there's so many cars parked up and down. People get angry, shouting at each other, road rage. And it's just like, why did the council, not just ban cars and then make it pedestrian and cyclists only? It would solve all the issues because a lot of the villages and towns we live in are not made for the amount of cars that are on the roads nowadays.
Hmm. I feel like
Yes.
it would be an issue for me because I can't ride a bike and I can barely walk that
Ah,
far.
yeah.
But I don't mind a balance, more of a balance, because um, more like if there aren't enough people in a village, let's say, and there's let's say you've got buses and cars still, it, and if the roads are quite large, then it would be fine. But there's some roads that I've seen literally go half in size. So they used to be double
Mm.
the size, and now they're just. It's amazing how much more space I get to walk, but at the same time, like it's just it feels cramped for transport as well, and there's not a nice. It's not really a nice balance between what we have right now. Is what I'm
Yeah, I mean,
saying.
what do you think? Have you got any more to add on this one, Dan?
I
No?
think
Okay. No, go
I'm a
ahead. Go ahead.
cyclist myself,
Yeah.
so I think it's good to have cycle lanes in certain areas. But
Yeah.
also, you can argue it's a cleaner way of traveling. But
Mm.
um,
Yeah. I mean, I was just going to move on slightly to something that's all right, a bit different.
Yeah.
Um, just like looking at ourselves, we've had obviously we've all been disrupted by 2 years of pandemic, and it's made everyone think, hasn't it? But for me, it's like I've watched a lot of motivational videos.
Hmm.
Sometimes they come up on my feed on certain apps and stuff, and it's just really a question about what are your kind of prospects, guys, for the next few years. Because for me, it's the pandemic has been actually amazing for me. I've uh, founded 3 online gaming community servers via Discord, and I met some incredible people virtually, obviously. Um, but it's this element of risk that I struggle with because I've got a job at the moment, but I really want to pursue something else. But I'm kind of scared. I mean, to go down into commentary because I do video game commentary at the moment.
Yeah,
Um,
like the
I'd
rims,
like to pursue
rims.
it full time. Yeah. But what are your prospects? What are you thinking, guys, for the next few years?
Well, I have the opposite view. I don't like how the pandemic has shaped the world. I think we've become kind of too soft, and people don't really question enough what's some of the decisions made by the government. Which I feel, anytime someone says, "Oh, you know what? I don't think this is a good idea," people start lashing onto you. Oh, you're full of misinformation, but actually, that's I wouldn't really consider anything that contradicts anything, including science or whatever, what have you, is not actually misinformation, but encourages people to have open discussions on what is beneficial for us as people. But for the next few years, maybe I'd like to do some gigs on Fiverr that maybe make jingles or make graphics for other people, graphic design. So let's say like a podcast like what we're doing here. I'd like to do more stuff with that. Just make more artwork for podcasts, for example.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all. Yeah, just before you go in, Dan, I was going to say it's interesting because we're all very different. We all have very different kind of um, talents, don't we? Like Louis, like very creative, arty, but yeah, go on, Dan.
Yeah, for me, I'd like to gain, I think, a good amount of experience in museums.
Yeah,
So whether that being curating or doing conservation, like materials, or that would interest me. But
You've been doing some like volunteering recently with all, so you gain some kind of experience with that recently.
yeah, I'm disappointed at the moment. So I'm getting experience interacting with the public, but
Mm.
yeah, it does make me think. Yeah, I certainly do miss that because I went into a job when I was quite young. So like, I just finished A levels, and I did history as well, and history still is a kind of passion of mine, but it's definitely something I've thought about sometimes getting back into. But I mean, that's going to be cool, good experience for you, I guess.
yeah, I'm hoping to get experience from that.
I think
So
James.
then
I
will
think.
help me
Sorry.
future roles.
Yeah,
You try and apply for a role within a museum, or
I think he also Jamie has much more an advantage in terms of how many people he'll get to possibly interact with. I mean, I know that
yeah,
obviously you might not always speak to a visitor, someone who visits the museum, but you get an idea of just like more, you get more possibilities of interaction, whereas both other James and me don't get that much. Comparatively, we don't get the same amount of opportunities if if Jamie was to go to that does work in museums in the future. He'd have the advantage long term. I
yeah.
think.
I guess it's what you
mean
take.
like
What
customer like visitor experience? What do you
Like
mean?
visit, like people who visit the, I don't know. Sometimes you have certain expeditions, I suppose, and you get more communities that talk about particular events in museums. I don't know that let's say someone has work, they want to commission some work or something, or sell stuff, or just like have put stuff up in the museum, and there's more grounds for, there's more multidisciplinary kind of uh, there's you have chances to mingle with other disciplines in with museums, I think.
Yeah,
Do,
they
do,
can they
do,
can
do,
dis.
do you know what I mean by multidisciplinary?
Sure, what you're trying to make.
Just saying that you have uh, just like different kinds of arts, like anthropology, arts, media,
Oh,
business. That's what I meant. What I mean by your advantages, you get people from different backgrounds, much more. I think long term, maybe not all at once,
you
but
might have people who are working there might be from different backgrounds. You're saying
yeah,
working
precisely.
in different backgrounds.
Yeah, I think anyway, but I don't know. I haven't worked in the museum, so that's my assumption.
Yeah, and that kind of brings up again, in a way, the point that you were making earlier about free speech and
Hmm.
um, the wider thought of kind of, I suppose, democracy
Hmm.
in that sense, and you know how how it kind of shapes up. It's interesting to look at that picture
Hmm.
from a kind of holistic point of view.
Hmm.
But I guess yeah, that's your guys'
Oh
prospects.
yeah. One more thing. It just yeah. I want to emphasize that I think people should be less afraid. Well, I know that council culture exists and stuff like that, but I feel that we should be more focused on have this attitude of like people say stuff because want um they want you to have they just want you to think more, question things much more, and they're not doing it to quote unquote troll you, but more to just get you to think much more. That they're not trying to down you or anything, but because that's what I feel like people think, that any disagreements means that they're against you, but that's not really how it works. So yeah,
and
that's
and that's really the beauty of democracy is that you can have two people with opposing opinions
yeah, yeah,
that should be able to respectfully respect each other on a human being level, but understand that you have differences. But unfortunately, not everyone thinks logically like that,
mm,
and people let emotions become a part of their
yeah,
argument, which is really dumb, in my opinion. I mean, it's natural, obviously, because that's what our brain does.
mm,
But if you believe in something, passionately, but
mm,
I think people need to think, be a bit more logical about your discussions so that you're not really letting emotion just take over.
mm.
It's the main thing.
Agreed.
Yes, I guess it's trying to make that effort to not let the emotions get the better of the
Mm.
opinion, or
Yeah, exactly.
Do you guys feel like we're oversaturated at the moment with, I do, with in terms of like digital stuff, like and content and like sometimes I can just go watching YouTube videos for like an hour or so
Same.
and I don't know what I'm doing. Um, do you think, yeah, I've heard it. I'm open to your guys' thoughts on it, really.
I think it depends on what content it is you watch again, and
Mm.
also I feel like
it does depend what you do watch.
yeah,
But let's say you're just, watching random videos that you could, let's say in YouTube, your mix or something, or a better example could be TikTok, where it's really short form content and it just distracts you.
think
Okay.
it's a balance between what do you find entertaining and what do you find valuable on
Mm.
social media. Because, for example, right now, recently, YouTube, they've deleted the dislikes, so you can't
Yeah.
really. But I'm still using the API plugin to so that I can see the dislikes, which I find very helpful for
Mm.
news outlets. Sometimes when I do occasionally watch the news, I use it to see the quality of the content. So how many likes are there compared to dislikes? And that's probably one of the most fundamental aspects of YouTube. It just lets you prejudge the video before you watch it, and also because I do like it for tutorials. When I want to learn something new, I want to see how good the quality of the video is, and you can't really have that without dislikes. And
Yeah.
I've noticed that the algorithm pushes shorter videos in the past 2 years. So
Mm.
I've taken this
Yeah.
opportunity to upload shorter videos of stuff that I've done, and
Yeah.
it's I'm not it's I didn't think this would bring my channel up, but it has.
I guess it's moving with the meta, isn't it? And you
Yeah,
know, yeah, we're in this generation where we're in our 20s, and um, we're part of that generation that is very savvy. I'm so conscious that our parents and those generations above just really are just not equipped with the skills to browse the internet safely,
hmm.
to understand what they're looking at. Um, and I was thinking about this lately, that there just needs to be some kind of education, quite frankly, for I think older generations,
Yeah.
or even better, they should just not conform to it, because they weren't born when it was around. So my advice to them is to just stay off it. To be honest, better for them, and it's better for the rest of us.
I mean, I'm only 20, 21, and I barely understand TikTok, and most people do.
Yeah,
I don't get it at all. That's
yeah,
but that's before even hitting 25, 30, or 50.
yeah. It's interesting because I've got a TikTok, and I only post 2 videos a week. But yeah, you just have to kind of find the community, and then you can put your hashtags and all that kind of rubbish in. But I was going to just do another one, swing
Oh,
another curveball.
Wait,
Oh, done?
before
you
oh, sorry.
mentioned something.
Go on, go on.
What type of hobbies do you like to do? Is there anything you've been getting into? Let's say.
Um,
Um,
I'm having to think. Oof. What, recently, you mean? Like,
yeah, could be recently or all over the past year or
okay, I'll start then. So for me, it would be what I talked about a bit previously. It'd be getting into. Um, so those of you who don't know, I'm a gamer. That doesn't mean I sit indoors all day, but it does mean I have a passion for video games. And recently, I actually did. I don't know if you guys saw this. There was a trend going around about people putting up images of games that shape their lives or shape them.
Oh,
You know,
is it the
uh,
free by £3? Is it that
it's,
one?
yeah, something like that. And I put up Minecraft, FIFA, Rocket League,
okay.
and a game
What
called
was
Rush
this?
Team.
Rusty.
Is this a video or was this like a
No, let me look at what the trend was. What's it called?
I think it's the £3 so he has nine games, or nine things of something, of some kind of concept that shaped your life. It doesn't have to be gaming necessarily, but it is. It's quite interesting. Like they talk, the idea is people talk about 9 games that they like or have made an impact to their life over a
Hmm.
period of time, and I think they rank them up. Or no, it's in no particular order. I think they just yeah.
Yeah, so I played a game called I'll talk about it briefly, Rush Team in it. And me and Killer we played. We actually competed. Not like they didn't have a pro scene, but we competed in clans, and that really shaped me because as a gamer, when I was when I was younger and stuff, like it got me really interested in first person shooters. Like, but my other point about going back to your point, Jamie, about you know, like a hobby or something that came about. So in the last year for me, it would be commentating on Counter-Strike
Yeah.
Global Offensive, and building up the community as well. It's been a hell of a journey, and it's something that I guess because back in the day we had an old Scrim server, and I just kind of did it for fun. But then I realized that people actually enjoyed it, so I thought I'd kind of pursue it a bit more. And now I'm like commentating for like semi-pro level tournaments and stuff. So it's fun, and hopefully upwards from here. So it's like a hobby turned into more slightly more serious, but in that I'm still having fun. But what about you guys?
I think similar to you. Well, not in terms of the scrims, but I do enjoy gaming sometimes. But I feel like whenever I don't have enough fun or I don't win enough, I don't really enjoy the multiplayer games that much. So I tend to sometimes not play and just instead focus on the assignments. Although that's not really a hobby, focusing on university assignments, but that's unfortunately that's the only thing I do other than watch YouTube videos. And other than gaming, yeah, music production is another hobby that I do. That hopefully, eventually gets turned into a job of some sort.
Hmm.
And graphic design sometimes, and photography as well.
Yeah. And saying that, go check out his Killer Weave's channel.
Thanks.
Yeah, he makes some fantastic on
Thank
YouTube.
you.
Killer Weave.
Thank you.
He makes great music, and I'm
mean,
gonna shamelessly plug my own channel actually here.
yeah,
JJ Gaming Official. I've got some highlights on there
yeah.
of just gaming. But if you want to see my commentary, you can head on over to Rims Scrims on Twitch. But no, I'll stop plugging, and yeah,
Oh,
we'll get.
one more thing. He's got some book reviews, I think, on his channel. So if you are interested in those, check them out. And Jamie also has covers on SoundCloud
Oh yes,
of Horrid Henry and other shows
do.
like Hey Arthur and Postman Pat. So make
That
sure you check them
SoundCloud,
out.
trying to have. I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm just trying to enjoy myself.
They're
doing
quite
it.
funny.
They are.
I would call them shit posts, but I also have shit posts as well. So if you like shit posts, check out all of our channels because we've got a form of those. But one aspect of our channels is we do shit posts as well as serious
Yeah.
content and normal content. Different varieties of
Yeah, so done. Is your question, mate? You got an answer?
Yeah. During the lockdown, I was getting into Italian. Enjoyed doing that, learning with a teacher, and then doing it on my own.
nice. Si parlo.
Italiano.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's definitely enjoyable being able to learn certain Italian words. What else? Anything else?
Anything else?
Have you been to Italy and seen any ciao bellas or?
No, we can just go down to our local shop and see a cute Italian chick.
Seeing a ciao
Find
bella.
Italian restaurant.
Yeah, in our local cafe. Yeah. Anything else, or otherwise, I was gonna move us on because we're in the festive period now.
That was it.
In the first what, sorry?
Oh yeah, actually running.
Running, yeah.
Running.
There we go.
Yeah,
He's a runner.
what to do. Mm.
Do you ever
Yeah.
get... Sorry.
Go on.
Oh no, I was going to
So-
say, do you ever get athlete's foot? Because I do. Because I can never... I don't know how people manage to run that far without fucking their feet up so much. How?
No, I haven't experienced any issues with my feet
Lucky you.
so far. But
But that's good. That's good.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Last time I looked, my feet are normal. No webbed feet or any of that.
yeah, I
Shit.
believe I've got web feet.
You have,
Sure,
do
I
you?
do, but because
Oh shit!
it's not. Isn't that when you're
What is that even?
so
Like,
next to your?
let's have a look. Webbed
Yeah.
feet. Let's have a look. Oh, it's where your like toes are like.
One of your toes is
Oh.
not within the big toe.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
What was
It's
that?
the fusion. No, it's the fusion of two or more digits of the feet. So basically, it's like two Oh, that
You just
looks.
2 more digits for the feet.
Let me put a picture in chat.
What's it called again?
Webbed feet.
I think I saw an episode in Courage the Cowardly Dog where some character had webbed feet,
Okay.
and it was so frightening.
I wouldn't actually class that as web feet then.
Right, so you don't have webbed feet.
Because
Or-
it's a fusion of 2
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you've got webbed feet then.
digits.
Must be
Then, yeah, I
something
would
else.
Oh,
say
it's a fusion.
it is, but
Yeah, look at that. Look what I mean. It's like
Ah,
they come off one thing. That's weird.
what is one bigger than the other? Wait, what?
No, you see the picture in
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, I see it.
Like, look at not the big toe, but the 2 next to it are coming off. You see, they're like almost
Oh, I
conjoined
see.
on the right-hand side. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I don't have that. No.
Oh,
But
I see.
yeah,
Oh, that took me forever to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we learnt that Jamie doesn't have webbed feet today. So that's
Actually,
something we learnt.
it took me ages to see that. It looked normal to me.
Yeah,
Hello. Could those be?
So,
why don't you whip your feet out?
with your feet out for the camera.
No, that goes somewhere else. I was going to say, we're getting into the festive period now, guys. We're in December.
Yeah.
Oh,
There is.
Do you feel very festive yet?
Yeah, we just got the Christmas tree actually today.
nice.
Okay.
Getting into that spirit. I know there's a King's. Yeah. I know there's a Christmas market.
Christmas markets are great, yeah.
Near me, and that looks like could be good.
Yeah.
That interests me.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, obviously we're all friends here and we've got other friends as well. So we're hoping to go and meet up with them. We haven't seen some of them in 2 years, have we, guys?
No, we haven't
Or-
seen.
Or
Yeah,
less
I
than
haven't
that,
seen.
I don't even think I've seen you guys in
a while. But
a long time face to face.
Yeah.
So I do like a good Christmas market. You know, there's the smells of Christmas.
Yeah.
like cold cider. Or,
yeah.
All the Christmas festive smells
Mm.
outweigh the smokers,
Outweigh
the smokers
smokers.
and the alcoholics. It's very nice.
All the
food
sweaty.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Is that
all
what
the
you
sweaty not pajamas, sweaters. I meant
The
sweaters, yeah. Because everyone stinks of piss, or actually, yeah, I don't know. Maybe some people do manage to slip in the odd piss over the
Slip in,
Christmas. I've got a small real Christmas tree at home, but it's not anything. We had a bigger one last time, but it takes up so much. It takes up so much space, so I just have a small one, but real one. So yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I mean,
Yeah.
apparently real ones. I think I have had a real one. They either make a mess, but they smell nice. And mine's not up yet. I'm not feeling too festive yet, but I'm sure I'll get there.
One time it took us 2 months to just put the Christmas tree away. It was sometime around February or March, and we still had a Christmas tree.
still there?
Yeah.
If you just don't get around to doing it, then I just
Yeah. But in fairness, you've got Russian Christmas, I think it's called, and they have it on the 14th of January, I think. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, does Christmas feel different for you guys now? We're all older, obviously. We're not kids. Is it a different feeling? Or Christmas Day, for example, or what's it like?
Yeah, definitely not. As I would say, as excitement there
Mm,
for presents, for instance, or
jumping up at 6 a.m. So yeah, what do you kind of appreciate then at Christmas? Like,
I think I like the
Maybe.
different foods. It's nice.
Yeah.
To have. I think just interacting with people around you.
yeah, or the black sheep of the family comes along, and that's always awkward if that happens.
The black sheep.
Sometimes. Yeah, maybe like the one that always sticks out. The one that never kind of conformed to, like what society deems a
Oh,
normal member of society.
I
Like
see.
the one the rest of the family are like, oh, this person's a bit weird. There's always a
Ah,
black sheep of every family. They say.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the old Christmas crackers. That's kind of interesting, isn't it?
I feel like they've kind of gone down in quality. Most of them. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they definitely have.
The,
You don't get like hats.
in terms of I'm not talking about gifts. I'm talking about the packaging of them. It just feels.
Oh, I don't care about the packaging, man. I just get them out, whip them out.
They just don't look as nice as I remember.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a nostalgic or euphoric thing
Oh
for me,
right.
but I don't know. Just they look bizarre, but so does most things for my eyesight look bizarre. So
Yeah, I remember once I got a little tiny mouse in mine, and I used it to play games with, like a dreadful, low quality, awful thing. But yeah, it's Christmas is one of those things where it does make people feel cozy, I think. But it's not the case for everyone, is it?
I mean, for me, I'm not the
Yeah,
sort of person that spends 6 months prepping for Christmas half the year.
No.
So it
I
feels.
don't know if people would do that, would they?
Some people do. I mean,
Yeah.
Quite
you
like
have adverts
the
that are
timing.
like from August to September talking about Christmas already, and in that aspect, it does feel the same because I don't. Yeah, it's only like I don't fuss about Christmas until like a few days before it.
Yeah.
It's for 24 hours, spending 3 to 6 months prepping is not. Why?
What's
Yeah.
yeah, and I suppose as we come up to Christmas, there'll be the old Christmas movies on, which I don't give a shit about.
What about
Well, you know,
I'm not normally into watching certain Christmas movies, but
yeah,
I
I do
like
like
it's
certain ones.
I like Home Alone.
Home Alone. Okay, that's
It's
a
a good one.
classic.
Except 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, it's just shit. I don't know. I don't know how many movies they've done now, but only the first two are OG.
Yeah, so I was gonna go on and say, for you guys, what's your like, this month, let's say, what's your favorite show you've watched? Something you got into?
Yeah, I've been watching. Well, I wouldn't say this month, but recently I was getting
Okay.
Attack on Titan, this anime. I was
Okay.
suggested to watch by a friend.
Immediately changes my opinion of you. No, I'm joking.
Titans what? Sorry, Titans what?
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yes.
Those you heard of it?
Yeah,
I've,
I think is
I've
it
heard
on?
of it,
I
yeah.
think it's on Nickelodeon. I don't know if it is or is it
Oh, I'm
not.
quite enjoying that.
Yeah.
Bit graphic at times.
More in terms of
Definitely aware of-
like violence or
Yeah.
okay. So children don't watch.
Marco Polo. I started to watch.
Oh my god!
Nice.
I was thinking
Or
of Go Titans Go. I was thinking of the other one. Sorry.
Story of that merchant. I think from Venetian merchant from Venice. Tells his father to Mongolia, and he meets Kublai Khan. Yeah, his father basically just offers him his son, and he's
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
oh yeah,
I mean,
Nice.
it doesn't really it doesn't ruin the experience for me, even if I know it or not.
No, it doesn't ruin it for me because I'll probably never watch it. But but it sounds kind of interesting, yeah.
The Walking Dead little show,
Walking Dead.
the
Oh,
zombie show.
Yeah.
I've heard it's kind of gone down the
Is it
hill.
is
Walking
is it good? I thought that
It's in its
stopped.
final season
The
now.
I,
Like,
know- I
Okay.
heard like
got on
the
to it,
final
but-
season is a bit because the character development in the final season is a bit iffy because once Rick's gone, so like one of the most interesting characters just puffs out the show, and then
Potentially, they might make a film with Rick. Like, see what happens. See what
Oh
happens.
my
I mean,
word!
wasn't there also a lawsuit between Walking Dead and another? Was it a prequel of the show? There was some.
Oh, could that be Fear the Walking Dead?
Is it that one? Was
I
there?
don't know.
Did they have a
know
lawsuit
how-
together, or are they going to
So
have?
many franchises. I've been rewatching a very old series, The Office US.
Oh, that one. Yeah, it was a good show. Like that.
It's one of those things, isn't it, where like, well, there are some series that you end up just rewatching because you enjoyed it so much.
That's what she
So
said.
that was Yeah, like on the hub, on the good old hub. No. Yeah, I just find some of the characters in it quite funny.
Hub and chill. I mean, I don't watch any new shows, but I've watched Open Season recently in Russian, the first
Oh
one.
my word,
The
yes.
first one. I mean,
Russian?
yeah, I actually watched it in Russian because this is one of the only movies I prefer to dub, because Ashton Kutcher, who plays Elliot in the original American English version, it's not enough conviction on his character, so that's why I prefer the Russian
Wait.
version.
Do you have like English subtitles there?
No. Well, I know I've seen it in English and I've seen it in Russian, and I just prefer the dub, which is very rare because I usually prefer the original one. But they sound the same, almost the same as the English voices. So
Yeah.
especially the Billy Connolly, the squirrel, he sounds almost
Is that
identical.
in English subtitles?
Oh no, the dub is
No.
so you hear it in a different language. The sub is the
Yeah.
subtitles. So I didn't watch it with subtitles.
I hate that when I'm trying to look for like something on YouTube and all I
manage-
can find is the
Do
dub.
you understand what they're saying?
Yeah, I can understand most of what they're saying, but even if I don't, I still find it funny because of how they express themselves. I find it amusing most of the time.
I guess it's different culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mostly the dynamic that changes. So the pitch changes. That sometimes the characters talk deep,
Here we go.
deep, and then sometimes they just talk like this. They talk like this all the time.
This is the sound engineer coming out in you.
Do you guys want to wrap up the podcast?
Yeah, well, sure. Let's wrap it up like a big old present then. Jammy boy. So, guys, thank you to listening to Get a Load of This, episode 1.
Yeah.
Get this, uploaded to YouTube, and I think we got lots more stuff kind of planned for the channel. But
Yeah.
we hope you enjoyed the first
guys
episode.
We hope
Give
you
us
like.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
Great.
For the next one, give us some scenarios we can discuss or talk about. Top 3,
We
let's
do
say.
have an audience
Yeah.
by then.
And all this.
If not, we can just ask our friends anyway for some questions.
Or we can just look up some ourselves, but
Yeah, we'll do it in the comments though, guys. If put some scenarios you might want us to talk about.
Do we actually have a YouTube channel?
Yes, we do.
I forgot about it. I haven't seen it.
Well, this should go up on our YouTube channel eventually. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Any closing thoughts, guys?
Make sure you check all of us out. Check out Jammy
In real life as well
the-
online.
keep warm out there. It's cold.
Keep warm out there.
England.
So check out Jammy Dance on SoundCloud. Check out Jim Jam JJ Gaming on YouTube. Check out me, Killer Eve on YouTube.
Plugging all your social
Check out me on Tinder.
Check out his TikTok. Last thing, yeah, this will be up whenever I can be bothered to edit it, and hopefully quite soon.
Yeah. So, peace. See ya.
All right,
Bye.
boy.